Hi everyone, I'm here with Dinesh, Kartik to talk about wicket keeping, and not just any wicket keeping, the toughest job in the world, keeping up to spin. A wicket keeper is a modern day all-rounder, and doing a job well is so important for the side. Hi Dinesh, let's start with first things first. Talk us through the setup right up at the stumps.
First thing, where do you stand? How I do it is, I take a 2 feet distance from the stump and then I draw a line perpendicular to each other, and that's where I start. So that gives me an exact knowledge as to I'm 2 feet away, and so it gives me the chance to, this is exactly the distance I want to keep, 1 arm distance, so that I don't, no matter how far it goes, 1 foot is always anchored. So it's always here. That's the basic idea in getting a setup right. And then your stance. As much as possible, just little away from your shoulders, and when you sit down, try and keep your gloves right in the middle. That'll give you the best chance. And most importantly, stand slightly outside the stump so that you have a great vision of the bowler and what he is doing. You would have kept to the Murlis, I've kept a bit to Sunil Narayan's. They all have mystery deliveries. If you want to see exactly what is happening, you want to get a good vision of the ball. For me, one of the keys for keeping up to the spinners is footwork, but more so, just like batting and bowling, you need a good head position for you to have some soft hands to collect balls consistently. That's something I've worked a lot on, because the fact that when you stand up the spinners, sometimes you tend to have hard hands, and that's something that you can ill afford to do when you're keeping up the spinners.
Beautifully bowled, finger is raised, and another wicket for Pakistan.
Outstanding catch from the skipper, who's been all over New Zealand.
Hard hands brings us right back into what I want to talk about next, which is taking an outside or inside nick. How open do your hands have to be? And some keepers nowadays point their fingers straight at the ball before they catch it. Ian Healy, of course, the great heels, talked about your fingers pointing straight down. Does that make a difference?
It's what suits you, Kumar. Just like you said, MS Dhoni catches it this way. You know, the best of keepers, Ian Healy, he's always said, try and keep your palms pointing downwards. That's something is always spoken about. So as a keeper, it's what suits you. There is no one right way to do this. It's about what is the best way to keep your hands firm, neither too soft nor too hard to collect a ball.
Let's have a look at some of these wicket keepers, some great keepers, some great catchers here.
Again, he's an example of somebody who's had his hands pointing towards the bowler, if you notice.
Amy Jones, I think this catch is one of the best of the package, really well balanced, watching the ball all the way into the gloves.
Absolutely. If you do see the head position, the head goes with the ball. That's something that's very important for a keeper. Sometimes in white ball cricket, you get completely blinded by the batsman. Then you need to peep out and figure out where the ball is. But the most important thing, again, keep your hands soft.
The great MS Dhoni, not the best position.
Absolutely unorthodox, but there is no one right method. He is going like this, but still, you can do whatever you want, but the head is still, the hands are firm, and you're always watching the ball. It gives you the best chance of you collecting a catch or for something.
Well, talking about stumping, even more difficult than taking a catch. We're always taught to think that the batsman will miss every ball, so you're expecting it to come to you every single ball. It all starts to execute a good stumping from how soon you come up off the ball when you're in that crouched position. We're always told if you come up too soon, it's going to get you into difficulties. It's going to, get your body position too straight. You're going to go hard at the ball. What, in your view, makes for a good stumping to be executed quite well and safely?
Again, for a stumping, it's your head position. And more so importantly, the offside stumping, you got to use your right leg. A lot of times, when you play on pitches that turn and bounce, you have to be able. Your left leg is the anchor, and your right leg moves with the bounce of the ball. And as you said, in case it gets high on you, you always have to find ways to get just beside the ball, so that you're in a position to do the stumping. Now, a tough stumping is one that goes down the leg. There are 2 methods to do it. One where you move and take the ball and then you hit the stumps. Or the other way, in case you're running short of time, these days in white ball cricket, especially because you stand outside the off stump, if you don't get time, you have to find a way. One of the best ways to do is get your gloves to the place and then move with the ball. There's a great chance, a lot of the times, the chances of you affecting a quicker stumping is that way.
Well, let's have a look at a few wicket keepers, better wicket keepers than the two of us. Again, nice and late, coming off the ball. Good, strong body position, head right, fingers nice and open, so you present the larger part of the glove to the ball.
Absolutely. This is a tough stumping, really well done, because whenever it comes between bat and the player, it's always that much harder.
MS Dhoni, I love watching MS. His reaction time is incredible. He's got great natural hands, a great natural technique.
This one, if you see, is really hard stumping because the batsman has completely covered him, but still his presence of mind to stay in line with the ball and soft hands, good head position does this to you. A lot of the times the keeper would be here, he doesn't see anything. He just stays here, he's waiting. As soon as he sees the ball here, his hands automatically move, and then he affects the stumping.
Probably the best stumping of all, Sarah Taylor, down the leg side. You spoke about the importance of getting your feet or your hands, but always the head to the ball. Incredible reaction time, incredible movement, and what a great stumping. So everyone at home, we spoke about wicket keeping with the great Dinesh, Kartik. Setup is so important. Nice wide base, head weight forward, watching the ball, enough time to do it, enough space to do it. If you're taking a nick, make sure your hands are nice and wide and open. Doesn't matter whether you're pointing the fingers down at the ball or straight down. Stumpings, make sure that you move well, you move quickly. Either it's your gloves first or your feet first. Either way, get your head to the ball. Catch the ball first before you stump, because otherwise it's not out. Thanks, Dinesh.